peace. Let us never forget we love you so much. We love your son Jesus to die for our sins. Father, please be with us in our names tonight, but the rest of our lives to love people, to try to do what's right for the people of this county. Father, we love you and thank you. We pray in your holy Son, Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Amen.
Ask everybody to stand.
Just tell them, Mama Solid, a great person, very kind, one of our matters, no longer with us.
Thank you. First thing you see, accepting minutes of last court meeting.
This is for January 28th, February 1st, February 8th.
Second. I've asked Joe Hammond to come and speak to us from the water company. If you guys have any questions, Joe, if you'll come on up. Thanks for coming, Joe.
I got a little handout here, and we've had a lot of attention brought to these trihalomethanes and haloacetic acid. And I tried to explain to you what's going on, okay? In the, go ahead. In treating water, okay, when we get it from the Tug River and it is pumped to the reservoir, it's full of organisms. And when it goes to the plant, the way you treat it is with chlorine. And there's some other processes in treating water at the plant. You're removing the particles that the chlorine kills. You know, we have a sludge pond up there that we clean our filters with, and the sludge is pumped to the pond. When you treat water with chlorine, you get byproducts. And those byproducts is trihalomethanes and haloacetic acids. Those byproducts are regulated by the Division of Water. We have a certified lab from Pikeville that comes in, and we have 4 sites throughout the county that is sampled, tested, and those results reported to the Division of Water. When we exceed the MCL, that's the maximum contaminant levels, we get a little notice from the Division of Water. With those 4 sites that we have, that is tested by the lab, sent to the Division of Water, they are averaged on a quarterly basis.
Where are they located?
What's that?
Where do you have random sample, 4 different places?
Yes, there are.
Same one?
We have one at Meat House. We have one up at Route 3, Babe DeLone Lane. We have one down Old Route 3, Wilderness Lane, and one at Calf Creek. The lab comes in on a quarterly basis, takes those samples, analyzes, and those results are sent to the Division of Water. Also, we get copies of it. And we maintain a record up there of them. But, like I said, the average, those quarters. Okay, when the average, like they came into February, they take those analyses, and they'll drop one of the quarters off, and then average those to come up with the MCLs. Yes, you got a blue card just recently in the mail that said that we exceeded one or more of those areas. And that's why you get the card. In what they talk about on exceeding the MCLs, and you're notified, there's some facts on that. If you drank a half a gallon of water every day for 70 years, the chances of that harming you is 1 in a million or getting struck by lightning.
That's in other counties, ain't it? Not here.
That's all. On the MCL, they're all, if you have a water district, they are all tested for these byproducts.
Well, the card I got, I mean, I read it, but I didn't understand at the time, and, but how many tests did they fail that, like the year 2015? How many tests did they fail?
I believe there was,
you know what I'm saying? I just want
yeah, there was, I believe there was 2 quarters there,
just,
if I'm not mistaken.
oh, so they go by a whole quarter. If they tell,
Mhm.
if they fail once in the quarter, is that considered a failure, or do they
For
have,
that site.
for that one side?
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah,
I just
that's not
wanted-
saying the other 3
Yeah.
are bad.
Where do you get the scientific data you're saying that, you know, you'd have to drink a half a gallon of water for 70 years before you do what? Who got that data?
This data came from Kentucky Rural Water.
They say that?
Yeah. It says that. And they're, Clem, I know Clem, the guy that wrote this, he's very reliable. And, you know, no one likes to see a little blue card in the post office saying you've got a problem with your water. But it happens, okay? Martin County has over 250 miles of water line. We have about 4 to 6 employees that maintain those lines. We're replacing lines, and I think in the, well, since I've been here, I know we've spent $8 to $10 million, and that's in the last 11 years. Okay, some grants, some called severance tax, and some loans.
Do we also not do something with the clarifiers?
Yes, we have a new clarifier up there. We're waiting on funding to get the one that we took out of service, to get it refurbished. That will help with, well, it's like having shut the water off the other day, last week.
Now, the blue card has nothing to do with the Bull Water Advisory, correct?
Correct.
So the blue card doesn't mean that's why our water is bull water.
Right.
So the bull water advisory basically comes because we've shut the water off to fill the tank, correct?
The regulation on bull waters, like if you have a line break, it takes longer than 2 to 3 hours to repair, you should issue a bull water. Because most likely, well, they found the leak. It was up to Pigeon Roost. Up there by Sam Witt, Pauline McCoy. It's in a ditch line. And due to weather and everything, people just drive by and couldn't see it. But it was draining the tanks. And when it drained those tanks, we had to do something to build up, especially for the schools. And that's why John turned the water off that night. They started at 11 o'clock and tried to turn it on back by 5 o'clock in the morning.
So build the reservoir back up in the tank.
Build the tanks up and be able to keep the school going. And that's the reason the boil water was issued the day after, because he didn't turn the water off that night till about 11 o'clock. And to get a hold of somebody and issue the boil water. Anyway, John told the office manager up there the next morning, and she called the Division of Water to get an incident number, which they issued. But they sort of forgot about her, and she had to call back later on that day to get the number. And that's why there was a delay there.
Well, the reason I was asking was I read my blue card. And the first sentence on there says, this is not an emergency.
Right.
Then it goes on to explain the levels, you know,
Mhm.
what's acceptable, what's exceeding the, you know, what our test results showed. Then down there again in the middle of the card, it also says, this is not an emergency.
Right.
There's no need to take any action. You don't need to boil your water. You know, you don't need to do anything. This is just to notify you that, you know, you exceeded the level, you know. And I think on one level, it was 1/1000th.
Yes, it was.
Basically, I mean, the allowable limit, I think, is 81 thousandths,
Yeah.
okay?
Different thing, man.
Right?
Yeah.
And then what we had was 81 thousandths.
Right. Our
So
MCL,
there's a difference of 1/1000th of a milligram per liter.
there
You have to have a microscope to see it, basically.
exactly, and the MCL is .08. And theirs
That's
is
8,000.
.081. Yeah.
0.080,
Yeah.
which is allowed. That's what you're allowed by law.
Mm-hmm.
We exceeded it by 1/1000th.
Right.
So basically, nearly nothing, but the calls that we're required to report that, I mean, we have to report it.
Yes.
Joe, let me ask you a question. I got a few questions here, but that 180, whatever it was, has it always been at that level, or has it been higher than that before? I mean, the standards. I'm not talking about what yours was at 81.
The standards used to be, since I've been here, Joe, it's .80 for the one and .60 for the other. The only thing that's changed is the averaging part. Used to, if you had 1 quarter that everything was okay, and no NOV. You had 1 quarter that was like .081, then you get NOV for that month for that site. And now they average them together. And if you have 1 quarter out of those 4, they give you an NOV.
So how do we rank like surrounding counties their waters?
How many watts?
How do we, what kind of shape are we in compared to other water districts in the area?
Keith, that comes into one thing, and that is water loss.
I'm talking about the quality of life.
Quality?
Yeah, I'm 63 years old. I'm not worried about me. I got 2 grandchildren.
I know what you're saying.
Would you, your grandchildren drink the water? You
Yes.
feel safe with them?
I'd feel safe with that.
And you feel safe with your children?
And I drink it too. Yes.
Well, you got the only one I know of that drinks it.
We got that truth.
I got a question. You're getting off the green card, you done explained that, you and Victor and Bush, you was talking that. Now, I have got letters in the mail says this water can cause cancer. Why is that?
That was also on the blue card.
Yeah.
Well, why does it cause cancer? I
If
mean, it
one
says it can
is-
cause cancer.
It goes back to,
So if you
John,
drunk a half a gallon over a 70-year period.
Well, I plan on living 70 years, so I'm down.
That's what it said.
I do too, John, but it says, you know, 1 in a million that it
Okay.
would cause health problems.
Joe, how's Kermit's water test out? If that water's coming over into our system, that's what we drink most of the time. How do we find
Each
out
year.
how it runs?
Each year, we are to do what they call a CCR, Consumer Competence Report. Okay, we get water from Kermit. Kermit has to go through the same process over there. Okay, if they have violations, they let us know and we report it on our CCR. That's how you know.
Well, how
My
do
water's pretty good, I drink it.
how do we stack up with Cummins water?
Kermit only has about 600 customers. We have about 3,550 customers. We have 250 miles of line to maintain.
But what I'm getting at, they get their water out of the same river we do. And we get letters saying it can cause cancer, it might not cause cancer. I've never seen one from Cummins. I've got a lot of friends in West Virginia, and I've asked them about that. They said they've never seen received a letter that says it may cause cancer.
Yeah.
I'm just concerned about that.
Okay, Kermit has, I think, 1 tank. We have about 15 tanks. And we have about 16, 17 pump stations that we have to try and keep those tanks full, and we've got to keep them turned over so they don't set in there. Okay? The water doesn't set in the tank. We've got to get it turned over. And Kermit turns theirs over daily.
Well, how hard is it to
We-
clean this water?
It's what you guys use. Okay? We try to maintain a certain level in these tanks, John. But like the pigeon roost deal where they had the leak up there the other night, when that happens, it will suck water, draw water out of Rock Castle tank, and when Rock Castle tank goes dry, Buck Creek. It starts pulling from Buck Creek over into the Rock Castle area. That's why, you know, you gotta, there's a fine line
I
there.
thought you had shut-off valves on them tanks where you could shut them off if you had a leak or something. In each individual tank, you had shut-off valves, if I'm not mistaken. That they could shut pigeon roost tank off, no water could come in or go out.
Yeah, but you gotta.
So why would
keep
we
these
draw
tanks-
water from our house if our tank is messed up? Why would we take water?
It's not messed out, that's the way.
Well, I'm just saying if it was. I mean, if our tank was messed up, why not shut the valve off and leave Inez and Warfield on till you get those fixed? Instead of shutting it down on everybody.
You don't know when you got about 150 miles of line down over in the Wolf Creek area, probably got a little more. You don't know where the leak's at, okay? So the water starts pulling out of Rock Castle, so you shut that off. That area would go empty, and other people behind them would be suffering, you know, with no water. So, rolling this along.
I know one issue is your water loss. But I had some people mention to me about the rates that went up like 400% or something since you saw the paper. And I don't know how much it went up, but I know part of that is water loss, because part of the rest will be high. But what about that? Is there anything we can do?
Water rates has not been increased here in this county. Water rates now in this county since 2011. We have increased the non-reoccurring charges, they went up considerably because we were getting $350 to do a tap. And it was costing us $750, $800 just to get that tap done. So we was losing money. So we raised the tap fee. When we was called out at night, I don't have any water. Well, we go over there and find out that the leak is on the customer side. Okay? We increased that price.
It's not on everyone, it's just on the person who has the leak.
Right, King.
Well, let me ask
Well, on
you
that
this.
400%, how is that? Is there any truth in that over a period of time? Has it raised that?
I don't think so.
I mean, I just wonder.
No.
Not really.
Our water rates, like I said, was in 2011.
They'll complain and say that, you know, because it's reading, they
Yeah.
think it's true. I just wonder.
When we made that big jump, and that's when we had the audit here in the county. And they said, you know, you need water rates increased. So they did the audit, they said things that we needed to do, and I think we've got some cold service tax money in there.
And you have to get approval by the Public Service Commission anyway.
I think what John's saying is, to fully answer his question is, what is the difference between Kermit's water and our water based on their contamination levels? Why do we have higher contamination levels and people won't drink our water and they get their water from the same source?
Okay, I sort of answered that a while ago. Like, we got 15 tanks and about 17 pump stations. Kermit can turn their water over.
But you're saying the longer the same water stays in the line, the more contaminated it gets?
It's
Is that
not
what you're
really
saying?
contaminated, it's a byproduct of chlorine.
Well, I know what you're saying.
Okay. So
He said they've got one
it's not
tank
gonna
per
hurt you.
permit, and a lot smaller amounts of lines they have to deal with.
But I thought it was caused by the treatment and
Yeah.
not by the lines.
Well, it sort is,
And
is the treatment, Lisa, with chlorine, the byproduct of chlorine.
But it happens at the treatment plant. It occurs at the plant?
That's where we inject chlorine, yes.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't turn over, okay, the byproduct and flushing, when we don't flush, when we can't flush consistently because of the water loss, and we're working on the water loss on a daily basis.
Okay.
Well, instead of comparing it to Kermit, where they only have 600 customers, compare it to Floyd County. Do they have these violations?
You already know they
Floyd
don't.
County, there is a I should have given you this, Roger.
Is our filtration system more efficient than Floyd County's, or how are we? I think that's what
probably
everybody's
about
wanting to
the
know.
same. Probably about the same. But they have more customers, more revenue, and they can hire more people to go out there and do things that need to be done. And we're not that way. And
How about with Lawrence County?
I don't know about Lawrence County.
Lawrence County, down there, I've got a water system down there too. I've never got a letter down there. And our water bill down there runs about $22 a month for base rate.
And our base is 26.
Any other questions, guys?
No.
Okay, Joe, can I ask you, were we over the levels for the last 6 quarters straight? Because according to the EPA, we were.
Well, I can't answer that truthfully, I don't know.
It's on their website.
It should be on the website,
Yeah,
yes.
for the last 6 quarters straight, Martin County's been over these levels.
But
And
it's not,
sometimes way more than .081.
it's not the whole Martin County.
Yeah,
It could be at the site that they're taking it.
but we don't know where it's at.
Yeah, I know. But like I say, it's not the whole county.
But you're not concerned about these levels?
No,
You're not concerned?
no, ma'am.
You don't believe the scientific evidence?
The scientific, all I can go with is people that,
So this is one opinion?
Yeah.
Okay,
And it's Division of Water's opinion too.
yeah, okay.
Would a lot of it be caused by treating water so fast where we're using too much water?
No.
We're losing more than we're selling and trying to run it through too fast?
No, we're not
Running fast enough.
we're not turning over the water in tanks and lines.
That don't
Can you
make
bleed it?
sense if we're
Huh?
losing
Can you bleed some of the
60%.
water out?
You could if you had
We
the
are losing.
capacity. Huh?
You are letting it out, because 60% of it, we're not even
I have it at 58.
58.
Just to correct you, though.
Okay.
Now, you got to remember, water law, that also, it don't mean that 58% of water is running out the ground.
That's right.
It's got a whole lot to do with 3 or 4 houses on one meter. They're not collected.
The 3 or 4 on 1 meter, oh, they still pay for it.
Here's
Yeah,
another
lose
thing.
that water.
Let me give you another example of what's happened with it. We have many trucks out here that's got these little totes on the back.
Yeah.
They go to fire hydrants, they fill them up, and we never know about it.
Yeah.
They don't, contractors out there, they'll fill their tanks up, and we'll never know about it. And cheater bars, and the customers will go out and they'll take the meters out. And they'll put a little plastic pipe in there. We have got a bundle of them up there. And that's water that we can't account for. Yeah.
No further questions, Joe. I appreciate you coming by.
I have one question, Judge, for them, if you don't mind.
Yes.
So, as a fiscal court here, is there anything that we can do as far as helping the water board, you know,
Get them some money, Victor.
try to alleviate
Money.
the problem as far as water loss?
We are trying to, as funds come available, okay, that's the key, funds. Replacing lines, Wolf Creek up there from, I think, the 292 Wolf Creek up that way, they just replaced, and that was for cold surface. That helped tremendously. And even the service lines to the customer, those are old, these lines were built in place in 1968.
Is there any type of assessment that we need to do on the,
We're working with Kentucky Rural Water at present, and to alleviate those organics that come in. One thing was the putting the curtain up at the reservoir to kind of trap from the raw river, trap the organic from the river, trap it there, and let the rest of it go into the intake to the water treatment plant.
and I just want to say something, try to bring it into perspective a little bit here, okay? And everybody can do their own research and do their own thinking. Now, if you doubt what I'm about to say, you can go out there, Google it, get on the internet, do the research, but you're more likely to get cancer from eating hot dogs than you are from drinking this water.
You're exactly right.
And go check it.
That water, yeah.
So,
You don't know where that came from.
Yeah, that's not even
They didn't come to this water.
It's not regulated either.
Okay, we'll move on, Joe. I appreciate you coming.
Yeah, but it's filtered by a process called
Make a fix.
At our last meeting, John, you mentioned to me and Victor about putting on the Claim Act, the Hal Rogers money that you guys said that something other about a
do
resolution.
what now, Judge? I just-
That resolution for unmanned
That's, Reclaim Act. I'm just a little bit concerned about an article in the paper that states that this fiscal court missed the boat. I think you did the research. Can you explain to me and the rest of the court members?
Well, the Reclaim Act, basically the bill was introduced by Hal Rogers and several other people that's, you know, co-signed the bill. It's a federal bill. It was presented February 3rd.
Okay.
Okay? and it's never even been voted on. So, you know, I was a little concerned about doing a resolution, you know, say we're in favor of the Reclaim Act. So I called Hal Rogers' office in Somerset and spoke to them down there, and I asked them, you know, about resolutions, what we needed to do a resolution in support of that. You know, we want to support the Reclaim Act. It's $1 million. It's going to be going to states now, Kentucky, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, co-producing states. And they said they weren't aware of any type of resolutions whatsoever dealing with, you know, the Reclaim Act. So they gave me the number to the Prestonsburg office, the field rep there, Adam Rice. So I called Adam and I asked him about it. You know, I'm like, well, maybe surrounding counties, you know, in eastern Kentucky up here, they may not know in Somerset or whatever. So I asked him about it too, and he was puzzled by any type of resolution. I'm like, do you have a standard resolution that we can do? Our fiscal court wants to do a resolution in support of the Reclaim Act. And he said, no, he wasn't aware of any type of resolution, you know, whatsoever in support of, you know, the Reclaim Act.
But so, this article hits us all pretty hard.
What's the article?
But it's never been voted on yet, Judge. But now, there is a pilot project. I talked to, like I said, Adam Rice. There is a pilot project where there's going to be $30 million made available to those states. And it will come in through abandoned mine lands. And I called abandoned mine lands yesterday and spoke to them as well. And they said they were only notified of the money being available on Tuesday of the previous week. And I spoke to Mark Mead at Abandoned Mine Lands, and he said that, you know, he was the assistant director, and the director was out of the office. The director was Bob Scott, and he was out of the office. But, you know, I asked him about resolutions. He didn't know anything about any kind of resolution supporting it either. And the money will be made available through, you know, the ad districts. And, you know, there's only going to be $30 million available. Well, the pilot project is out there. The bill and the pilot project is two different things. So the $30 million is going to be made available, but it'll be divided up amongst those states. Then once it comes into Kentucky, abandoned mine lands will get whatever our portion is. Then it'll come through, you know, as far as grants through Big Sandy Ad and all the, you know, area development districts and that sort of thing. And of course, he did say there's going to be a whole lot of need and, you know, not very much money. But they were only aware of the money on Tuesday of last week. That's the first he had heard about it. And his director was out of the office. We'll be back to him Monday. But he had the full information about exactly what it was and what the process was, what the you know, if we want to try to procure some of that money, what we need to do that. And so I'm going to call back Monday and talk to the director to try to get all the details and all the information, because he, like I said, he just said it came in Tuesday, and that was the first they had heard about it. So I'm calling back Monday to get with Bob and find out exactly the details on what we need to do, try to access some of that money. So, and they said we could use it for water line improvements or whatever we need to do as far as infrastructure and that sort of thing.
So my concern is that this fiscal court has not let no vote let them, this article says.
Well, it's not even been voted on yet. Hey, the bill hasn't been voted on.
Not $1 billion out there to give out.
But now the $30 million, just now, they were notified about. That's the first they heard about it was on Tuesday. And they're the abandoned mine lands. That's the people that's going to be distributing the money out. They didn't know anything about it until Tuesday.
I don't know who wrote this article. Don't have a name on it. But how could it be so wrong with what you're telling me? How can it be opposite?
I mean, I just called the people. I just called the offices of Hal Rogers. They told me and instructed me on who to call, you know, abandoned mine lands and that sort of thing. So I just called and researched it to see what we needed to do as a fiscal court to try to, you know, get some of that money so we can improve our water line and water facilities.
You have to put a nice resolution to back that bill if they had it.
Ain't such thing.
I know, but if they had it, we already talked about backing it. I mean, I don't want you reading it, but I just know that me and Victor was the last meeting we brought up, if they had it, we need to get the resolution started.
Yeah. But I called and checked on getting the resolution, and they didn't know anything about a resolution.
So one in here.
So this fiscal court has not let no boat leave nowhere yet.
Well, not at this time.
Okay. All I need to know. We have the gals from Stray Hearts who want to come up and address the court.
First, I'd like to say thank you for having us and working with us on this situation. Last time we met, we kind of had some bickering back and forth, and I'd like to say I'm sorry about that, and that's not what I'm here for tonight. We all have a difference of opinion, we have a right to that opinion, and I respect each and every one of them. So what I'd like to start with is, we were asked to make a proposal as to what it would take for us to take over the shelter. That's something that we really want to do, and I hope that we can come to terms on that today. So I had to ask from Donna Callahan from the Finance Office to give me a rundown on, one, what the water bill was for the year of 2015. We're looking at $1,115 for the year. January is missing for some reason on each of these, however. On the electric bill, it was $4,251. Again, January electric bill missing. Phone bill, $1,805.76. Okay, which the phone has never worked since I've been there. So we have paid out almost $2,000 to the county, has paid out almost $2,000 for a non-working phone. Okay. We have an account that you guys have with ShopRite where you pay $3,417.56 for various supplies, whether it be dog food, cat food, bleach, gloves, whatever it takes to clean the kennel. Thanks Miller trash bags, $100 for this year. Sloan's janitorial, $177 this year for various supplies.
And that's not me.
Okay, good. Evans Hardware, $1439.62 for the year. I'm assuming that's building material. $1,439.62. And I don't know whether that's like plumbing or something, because we did have a water issue. We have Howell's Heating and Cooling, which came out twice. Once was for the air conditioning unit. The second time was for the heating unit. First time was $105. Second time was $389.99. So that's a total of $494.99, which has not been paid yet by the county. I just contacted them myself to check on that.
You contacted who, it hasn't been paid?
Howell's.
Who?
At Howell's Heating and Cooling. They said sometimes it takes 2 to 3 months to get all the paperwork processed and get the bill out and get it paid. So I understand that, but it hasn't been paid as of yet. Okay, and it says here, and this is a little bit confusing to me, but that there has been $1,140 in vet care paid out this year. Cannot find a vet that will agree with that. Dr. Joel Salyer?
There's been $300 paid out this past year
Anything about that?
to Joe Salyer at Highlands. I know that for a fact because I'm the one that dealt with them.
Okay, that's
There
from the
has
county.
been probably around $7,000 paid out to Joe Salyer last year
From
for
Stray
money
Hearts.
that we collected.
From Stray Hearts, money that we raised for business. Okay, so with all that being said, I did go back, that's $13,942.19 for the year. Okay, I did speak with,
Wait a minute. Everything's $13,000? Well, you got down here $11,000 for something for the electric bill, water bill one, and then you
no,
got.
$1,100.
Oh, $1,100, okay.
Sorry about that. Okay, so we're looking at $13,942.19. Okay, that is for, that's what, in this, what I received from Donna, that's what's saying was spent, actual expenditure. Okay. That does not address anything that hasn't been paid for, again, like the heating bill and whatnot. I'm not sure what is out there that hasn't been paid. Also, went back and looked up the contract with Verena. And with the contract from Verena, you guys paid a total of $15 per dog, and the average was 45 plus or minus dogs per month. That came to $8,100 for the year. And also, you were to pay them $400 per month just for their services. And that was an additional $4,800, which the total you were paying Greenup, $12,900
Was that for the year?
for the year. Okay. So,
That was the same figures that we gave you, right? 400 a month plus $15 a dog?
yes. Okay, but when you think about Greenup, 90, well, I don't know what percentage, I'm not even gonna try to take a jab at that, but many were euthanized. Therefore, you don't have to worry about vet care, which is something we would have to worry about. You don't have to worry about food, which is something we have to worry about. You don't have to worry about someone to come in and clean the place because frankly, they're dead, they're not there to clean out. Okay, so, you know, that, the $12,900, I can see how they could do it because one, they probably have various contracts from various counties where we're just one group. So, when I added everything up, we came up to $26,842 a year to take care of the shelter. That's what was spent out for the year. Okay. So, what we propose is that we, as Stray Hearts, would take care of the water, the electric, and the phone bill if we choose to have one. We haven't had one up to this point, so I don't believe that we need one. We would take care of all vet care, which we have.
How do you pick up dogs if you don't have a phone?
Everybody calls my cell phone.
Calls your cell phone? Does it stay real busy that bit, don't it?
Yes, in fact, my husband has threatened to divorce me 2 times on that one.
Can you blame him?
I can't, but I do what I do, and he understands, so I appreciate that. So the vet care would be 100% on us, which is already. Transportation to and from the vet or to a rescue is 100% on us. The only thing that we don't transport is if someone does in fact get in touch with the dog warden, and he does actually go out and pick up a dog. Okay, because a lot of times I go pick up dogs. A lot of times I have to get out there to the scene, secure where the dog is at, whether it's been hit by a car, whether it's vicious, or whatever, and then try and try and try and try.
Well, we got a dog warden that does that.
Yes, but that's what I was trying to say. I try and try and try and try to get a hold of him to get him out there to do that. But they're calling me, and I'm having to sit. This is another thing that is frustrating, is because, and I don't mind doing it because I love these animals, but it does take up a large portion of my life. Is I'm there. I was called today, a dog that was hit and bleeding for both sides of its neck. Okay?
But when you approached the court about doing that, you told us that you would do those things.
And we do.
And we do.
And that's what I'm saying though. That's what you told us you would do.
Yes, I'm
And
passionate about this, and I will do it. My question is, if we have a dog warden, I don't want to see anybody lose their dog, and I frankly like Todd. Okay, but we have to be able to reach him. The community has to be able to reach him. They have to say, okay, my dog is missing. Do you have a dog that fits this description? They have to be able to reach him and say, I have this aggressive dog. It's going to bite my child. I'm going to shoot this dog if they don't come and get it. Okay, then you have a whole other can of worms that gets open because of animal cruelty that people, you know, it's, we have to be able to reach him. His phone does not take pictures. We have to have pictures if we're going to move dogs. There's so many times that we can have a mother dog and a litter of puppies that can stay at somebody's house. It's come in, it's wandered into somebody's house, and they're willing to keep them.
Well, that's the problem there too. Why should we pay for somebody else to have a dog out here that has 12 pups? And then they look at the county to pay for
No,
it?
it's not their dog.
They bust them too though.
These are strays.
Well, but I'm saying, people call and they say, my dog had pups.
No,
No, not their dog. A
Not
dog
their
that
dog.
wandered in.
No, a stray dog.
Well, that's the way you get down. My dog straight in my backyard, so they had pups come
That's
here.
another issue that the county could also be doing, is they could be forcing these people to put tax on their dogs. Then we know whose dog belongs to who. And there's a charge for that. The county could actually make money by selling dog tags. I mean, that's something to think about. You know, if you have a dog, you should buy a dog tag for it, and you should be responsible for that dog. But to this point, it has not happened.
And that's basically, you got 2 different agencies that perform 2 different types of duties. Okay, you as Stray Hearts, you can gather up dogs and you can house dogs and, you know, care for the dogs and vet the dogs and things like that. Us as a fiscal court, you know, that is really not what we do. And, you know, our job is to protect the public. If there is a stray dog or a vicious dog out there,
Absolutely.
that's what we have to just go up there, retrieve it, if it needs to be put down, put it down. So basically, we're talking about two different types of agencies and what you all perform and what's required of us to perform.
Absolutely. But
So
as-
what we have to try to do is come together
Exactly.
on some medium ground here.
Exactly.
And you know, you came to us and you didn't have a facility.
No.
We gave you a facility.
Okay,
You didn't have any money, we gave you money.
No.
We did not give you $400 a month and
No.
$15 a dog. We
No,
told you that's what we would do.
Never.
No.
You have never given us a
No,
dime.
excuse me,
No.
yes, yes,
No.
no.
They
$300.
said don't embarrass us.
Yeah, that's what they
You
said.
will not,
Yeah, they said don't
no, you
embarrass
said
us for
take, you said take it over for 400. The electric bill, you couldn't hardly pay the electric bill. The utilities could not be paid for 400 a month, cannot happen. Then we have to pay for food, water, bedding, you know, the cleaning
That's what I'm
supplies.
saying. See, that would be, you know, as far as stray hearts, you know, that could be your responsibility. But for us, housing dogs, if you've got 40 dogs up there, that means we have to feed 40 dogs every
You'll never
single
have
month
40
or
dogs.
whatever.
How
I'm just
many
saying,
you
for
have?
example.
Right now
So-
we have
It's an 8-kennel facility. There's
How
no
many
way you can
dogs
have
you got?
40 dogs in there.
Well, I think that facility was built, I think, 16 dogs max.
no 8.
No, I think it was 16.
8. You have
Too
8.
long,
8
okay,
kennels.
okay, if it's built for 8, that's all it's supposed to be up for, not 13, not 10,
Then what does the
8.
county do? What
And
do
that's
the
what,
utilities do?
that's the county's job
No,
right
let me
there,
ask
is to
you.
provide a place to
Yes.
keep the dogs, like for 5 or 7 days,
Right.
like if we pick up your dog and you miss your call, your dog might be up there. You got 5 or 6 to 7 days to go up and see if your dog's up
And
there.
they're
If they're not up there, then we take them off.
Okay.
We take them
Well,
off.
one, you
That's
can't
what
get a
we're
hold of-
required to do
Okay.
by law.
Okay, I agree. I know the law.
You're
I know
also
exactly
supposed
what
to
you're saying.
Also
But
get a rabies tag.
if you can't get a hold of the dog warden and your dog's been gone for 5 days, say bye to your dog because it's a dead dog. Okay? Because
Who
you can't
bites
get-
your dog? Another dog?
No. I'm saying if you lose your dog,
Yeah, okay.
you call 5 days straight, Todd, where are you? I need to find my dog. Todd, is my dog at the shelter? Did you pick up my dog? Okay, well, you're not gonna get a hold of Todd. Okay, so
Here's
then
the
your dog's
problem,
dead.
here's the problem with that. So how many dogs do you have at the facility right now?
13.
Okay, so is the facility full?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
If it's
in
just supposed to
essence
hold
then-
8, it's full.
in essence, really, Todd can't go get any more dogs
We
because the
have-
facility is full.
That's why we network them. We have 3
see what I'm
leaving.
saying?
we
Well,
have
you
3
still
leaving
wouldn't be
tomorrow.
able to get a hold of him.
We have 3 leaving tomorrow to go on rescues. We have 3 dogs that have heartworms, okay? We have to pay out of our pocket $500 for that treatment for each dog. That's $1,500 to treat these dogs. Okay, all we're asking for is a little heart and a little humanity. You know, don't stop us at 7 days and say, okay, you couldn't get this dog taken care of in 7 days, so it's dead. I mean, we're just asking for somebody to give, I mean, I know you're not animal lovers, and some of you, and that's okay, I respect that.
It don't mean we're animal lovers or
But
not.
if you're not
It's-
part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. So we have to work together. I'm not
I think we
asking,
tried to work with you and saying that, you know, we offered you a facility. We gave you the facility, basically, that you go up there. We did offer you
Okay.
funding, correct or not?
yes, but you say you offered us a building. Okay, that building's gonna be there and there's gonna be dogs in it whether we're there or not. That's really not our facility, that is the community's facility.
Are you using the
Okay,
facility?
what I'm doing,
Are you
am I
using-
using
Are you
it?
all using the facility up there?
Yes.
Did you have one before you approached this fiscal court?
But I don't think you
Did you
guys
have a
get,
facility before you
no,
approached
but I
the
don't think
fiscal
that you guys get what we do for the county. I think everybody, just
court? I
slightly.
do. I said you're a needed agency. You're,
We have
what you do
moved
is
over
needed.
500 animals out of this county, and we didn't euthanize. They're in homes.
Where
They're
do you
better
take
like
it?
they should be.
Where do you take
They're in
it?
homes.
Where do you take them?
They go to Michigan, they
Who
go to
takes them to
Pennsylvania.
Michigan?
We
My
do.
friend that
We do.
is in
You
rescue
buy the
has a
homes.
We
transporter.
pay for a driver.
Do
She
you,
does.
do you work with ASPCA?
Yes.
Do they have a contact person in this county? ASPCA,
No.
they don't have a contact person in this county. Okay, so you take them to Michigan, spending your own money
For gas?
for gas.
Yes. We transport to Michigan, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Washington State, North Carolina. I drove 4 hours myself to North Carolina to deliver a dog. I met them
Do you
halfway.
get paid for them dogs?
No, we do not get paid for those
You
dogs.
mean to tell me if you take dogs all the way to Michigan, North Carolina, Washington State, and everything, and that's from all the other end of the country,
It took,
for nothing?
it took 7 legs to get that dog there, but yes, we did it.
We don't think you understand the
There-
way of
This is
rescue.
huge. This is huge. We work with people all over the United States. We can move these dogs, but we need more than 7 days to network. Okay, if you all want done with this, if you want to be out of your hands, I'm asking you for $2,200 a month, $2,236, $2,200 a month, okay? That will pay for everything that we need. We're out of your hair. All we want is the dog warden to come up there and bring us the dog. Isn't that what you guys asked for before?
Pay them.
That does, and let me just confirm to you guys, that does not put a dime in none of our pockets. Not one dime.
We realize that.
We are not asking.
Say that.
Okay,
Actually, we have a whole lot of money that comes out of our pockets. You would know how much I spent last year on the shelter and dogs.
But nobody's
Quite a
asked you,
fortune.
but we ain't asked you to do that.
That's right, that's right. I don't go out there and say, hey, give me money to go buy dog food. I went and bought it myself.
Because as far as safety, you know, another thing that we do is, you know, there's constantly dogs and cats on the road. You know, maybe they're not vicious, maybe the dog warden's not going to put them down, or you are not going to send them to Granite County, whatever. But still, unless the strays are somehow collected and they get spayed or neutered, it's just going to be a bigger and bigger problem and more cost.
And you know,
Well, let me ask you this, why would you go through all this, getting, all the shops, getting them room, feeding them and everything, and then take them to Michigan and give them what?
Because
For
there's
free.
a shortage of dogs in the United States.
But why would you
believe it or
guys
not.
spend your own money to do
okay,
that?
let me address
To give a dog?
Let me address it.
Job.
Okay, what I would like to say about that is, we do adopt in the county. And if we have a dog spayed, we have its first round of shots, we have its rabies test and a heartworm test. You can go to any vet, you're looking at $130. Easy. Okay. If you want to adopt a dog from me, I'll get every bit of that done for you. And I'll charge you $65.
How much?
$65 adoption.
So you
That
pay,
goes, we're not like that anyway.
that's what I'm saying, you're paying $100 to get them fixed, and then you sell them for $65.
That is
don't make
because,
sense.
let me explain why. Because this community is not rich. This community is going under.
Ain't nobody knows
People
that
are
better than we do.
struggling. And if they want an animal, we think they should have the right to have that animal, and we will help them every way we can. If that means standing out here with a bucket, washing a car, doing a bake sale, doing a yard sale. Once we get our 501c,
And also,
we can get grants.
We allow,
This
if someone wants to have their pet fixed, we allow them that money, that $65, instead of them having to go and come up with all the other money that they can't. At least that starts cutting down. Eventually, that will start cutting down on all these puppies and kittens running
If
around.
every
It's
dog
just
we have spayed
it's
and
a stair
neutered,
step.
how many are we actually keeping on the road? I mean, think about it. If a dog has 10 pups, and that pup has 10 pups, we're talking in a year or two's time. You know, we've got 21 dogs running around out there.
Kentucky is one of the only states that does not have spay and neuter law. And it's up to each county to step up and, you know, do their own part. Well, yes it is, yes it is.
That's our problem. Individuals are not stepping up.
I agree.
It's not enforced.
Take responsibility for their animals.
That's why we can take all these animals into all these other states. They don't have the population that we do in Kentucky. There's a shortage of animals there. They're dying to get a puppy.
Because
And
the
that's why
laws
we
are
can do
stricter,
this.
and they're forced to use spay and neuter, and they're forced to have the leash law, and they're forced.
So how much do you all raise and donate cost?
It's according to what we're doing, what the fundraiser is.
We have done a couple thousand on yard sale. We've done 700 on a bucket brigade. We've done 300 on a bake sale.
So do you have basically record keeping, be able to keep track of that, track report?
Well, probably a lot of it called Joe Sawyer, and you'll see how much money we have spent. That's where the money goes. It goes right over into the vet.
We
don't.
We have
We
filed
spend
for
all our
our
money on the vet.
We have filed for our article
When we get back.
corporation, and we have our federal
And I'm
ID.
not suggesting that you're making money, I'm just trying to say, are you keeping track of that
Yes,
and know how much you're
yes,
raising?
I have everything itemized, absolutely.
Okay, guys,
I've got one question for Candace, who you want, which I know we are. Are we in compliance with the state law? The way we're doing it, the way,
I don't know what the state law is anyway.
We take care of it.
Okay,
well, then there you go.
but I will tell you this, the shelter's not up to code, we had this discussion last time. It is not up to code.
What's it need, another bathtub?
Honey, why do you keep bringing up that
No, I'm
bathtub?
just saying
The
that
only
was a
thing
joke.
that bathtub is any different than anybody else's, and
What
it's
does-
it's
That
everybody's
bathtub
bathtub.
treats bangs dogs, and it keeps us from having to go to the vet to pay them to do it.
I mean, it's still working good over it, ain't it?
Yeah,
It's 10 years.
In the plumbing,
The regulations that it
Because I'm
has
saying it's 12 to
in
10 years.
environmental control area.
Did we not get money for the previous court?
Yeah, I went to
And
bank,
when
we
you
got
were built, it
$50,000
probably
bill.
was too low, but laws
It
change.
was up to code then.
Yes, but not now.
Because I don't want to
Okay,
go.
there is a Kentucky Ford group that has started, I don't know if you've heard about them or not, but they will start coming out to every state, and they have a list of every shelter in every county and whatever in every state. They are starting to start coming around to every shelter to check to see if there's, it's up to code, and if not, they'll be applying a fine.
So
Well,
we're
here,
trying to.
we're gonna move on, girls. We've got your proposal here. We'll get back with you.
What was it, 2,200 a month?
Let me get the exact figure. Let me get the exact figure.
26,000
But I'm
per
gonna
year
tell you, the
back.
county cannot, you know,
Yes,
you can be incorporated.
$842.
That's, it's already
Say
in
it
process.
again, 26,100.
$26,842.
Well, we just say 26 now.
Eric Mills is the one that's gonna be working on that.
On what, the
So-
501c? No, not anymore.
No?
No, I'm taking care of that. I have a lawyer taking care of that.
But you
Okay,
can have that done.
Yes, I'm
How
actually,
much was
For
the
what
amount?
one?
it's $400.
No, I'm talking about how much is the amount?
Oh,
26,800.
$26,000. John said 900.
So I put this man down to 26.
22 by a month.
we will take their,
So are you saying once they get that
That's up to the court.
No,
I'm gonna get
Yeah, I
the
believe that comes
Tell
to
it.
2236.
the court, what other counties are doing, like Johnson County,
Floyd
they
County,
lease their building.
doing
They
25.
got a building, they leased it to Paul's, and what's the name of the, nonprofit organization in Johnson County?
Wow.
And I think they give them
What is it? Wow.
20.
Yeah, wags and
Wags
whistles.
wags and something.
Yeah.
They lease it to them, they're responsible, the group is for all the utilities, all of that bill. But still, we have to have the animal control officer, he can bring them there.
So judges,
Whatever we bring there has priority over anything, once you know
Absolutely.
that.
We know that.
So it's up to
is there
you.
any surplus property, Judge, that we have, that, or anything that we give to the state where we might be able to acquire that piece of property and then just develop it to build a facility, you know, if they can get private donations or whatever they can work with?
They
I
can
know that
have
would
what
take
they
time.
We have
Just add on. I said, just stay where you're at
and
now.
y'all know, understand that we've heard their proposal.
Think about it.
And our budget is going to be starting here for long. And in our next court meeting, I will come back with you guys' options. And options will be take their proposal, get a contract with Floyd County. They say Floyd County pays them $2,500, the judge says it pays them $2,000. You know, and they're 4 times bigger than that.
I asked the county attorney in Johnson County, and he told me if I'm not
Well, is
mistaken.
there not any way that we can work out both situations where, you know, we
Well,
can
we might be able to, or we go to just do it to what we're bound by law to do. So that will most likely be your 3 proposals. We do a contract with somebody, we will close this shelter. End of story, shelter's closed, our dog will take the dog to whoever we have a contract with on that basis.
okay, if that is the proposal, or that's the choice, if we're shutting that facility down,
Well,
then
that's-
we not lease the facility?
That's
to
not the
another
choice.
organization?
We're gonna make a choice when the budget.
That will be one of the choices, Mike.
We're gonna have 3 proposals.
So once they get their 501c3, we can lease them to them for $1 a year or whatever, and then maintain and
Yeah.
move on with doing
Right,
what they do as straight hearts, basically.
all right, good enough.
Hey,
Thanks, Bruce.
before you go on, I probably should have mentioned this to you guys already. We've been having a lot of problems with all these horses up here on Route 3.
I know
I
that.
did a little research on it. Used to, if the sheriff took those horses, he had to keep those horses for 1 year and give the rightful owner the opportunity to come and claim those horses. Now, we're gonna have to do something with those horses before somebody gets killed. There was a horse hit by 2 vehicles up there about 3.5 weeks ago.
Where was that, John?
Up here on New Route 3. They're back on the strip. I personally went and bought salt.
Well, now, John, about a year, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, the horses was on strip mine land, owned by White County Coal and all them companies. And I know for a fact that they came from my brother, had 2 horses up there. And they gave him like 30 days to get the horses off. If they didn't get the horses off the property, because it was going like you're saying, going out and causing disturbance, getting in people's yard, making big hoop nets. They gave them 30 days to get the horses off. If they didn't, they loaded them up and took them to Moorhead and got rid of them down there.
Okay, here's the deal. The sheriff can take possession of those horses against those people's will because they're not taking care of the horses. We don't know who the horses belong to. Basically, I think a lot of them are just community horses. They were born there, and we're going to have to do something before somebody gets killed.
They have the same problem in Floyd County, and I believe that we give you the information, you'd have to take them to a shelter, and I thought you all told us the only shelter that would take them was in Floyd County.
There is a shelter, I believe, out of Floyd County in the building that said that they'll take them. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. By law, I can't just go up there and get those horses and give them away. It's a big, long, drawn-out process.
I think there was also a group in Louisville that had came in. They were having a hard time tracking the horses, but they did leave out salt blocks and things.
Yep. But what we're going to have to do, guys, is we're going to have to take possession of those horses. And when we do, I've got to do a little paperwork. Kelly's got to do a lot of paperwork. Susie's got to do paperwork. We got to contract a veterinarian to identify those horses, what breed they are. It's going to cost the county a lot of money. If we can find the owners of these horses and force them, you know, I'll be honest with you, you'd be better off to put an ordinance, some type of ordinance that you cannot let your horses, you know what I'm saying?
On that test, it's like for that identification, it's a Coggins test. They do have full blood from all of them. I think it's like $25 a horse if you take the horse to the vet. But now you will have to round all these horses up, pin them up, catch them, and hold them while he takes the blood and does all the marking.
And the thing about it is like I said, that's a process that, you know, the sheriff has to start. It goes through the county judge, and then we got to hold those horses for 15 days. They changed the law a year or so ago. It used to be you had to hold them for a year. You had to give the rightful owner 1 year to come and get those horses. They changed it because it's having so much problems. We've got to hold them for 15 days, and then we can dispose of them, which is we can give them away, or I know nobody wants to do this. You can take them to the soap factory, wherever, dog food factory. But I'm just saying, these horses are going to have to be dealt with, and I don't know how you all want to do it, but it's going to cost a lot of money if we go that route.
What if the group in Louisville, I mean, are they legally allowed to come in and take these horses?
Not against these people's will. If we can find the owners of them.
But has ever an owner stepped up to say these are my horses?
Some people will claim them in the summertime, but in the wintertime, they won't claim them. When they get hit on the road, they get on the road, nobody wants to do it.
They also start
We're
in the
going to move on.
winter.
I'm going to deviate from, we got a lot of people in here that's waiting for the bid opening. I'm going to go ahead and skip a couple agenda items and go to the bid opening. The bids are going to be opened in the way they were received, and our clerk will hand me Bill Vanover's bid. This is from Bill Vanover. Areas to be served was Magisterial District number 4 and 5. The rate, household collection once per week is $15 per month. And that is District 4 and 5.
We can't hear.
Judge, I'm sorry, you're going to have to
He
say it
said
again.
District
$15
4 and 5, $15.
That is Bill
First
Vanover.
one. Ms. Muncie, my girls, thank you for the work you've all done.
The next bid is Endicott Sanitation.
Slow down, Chief.
This looks like this is for District 1, 2, 3, and 5.
4.
Huh?
5. Yeah, 5. You're right. You're right.
1, 2, 3, and 5. I'll get to her in a minute.
Let me ask you, on Mr. Vanna, was the check and everything in there
Yeah.
to the court, and everything's in order?
Yeah, and the
All
check's
this
in this one too. For 1, 2, 3, and 5, the rate is $18. It's got a rate $14 for senior citizens. See note. Any resident with only 2 or less occupants age 62 or older qualifies for the senior citizen discount of $14.
14.
Oh no, it's on.
The next one's from Kenny Howe.
Again, check and insurance and everything in their documentation.
This is for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
All of them.
Got 2 things on here. $15 a month, $3.75 a week. I guess we asked for.
That's what you asked for, was a week. And I put $3.75 a week or $15 a month.
Same difference. $3.75 for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same difference. It says a week on the pamphlet.
The next one is from Monty Joe Robinson. Check and everything. Districts 2 and District 4. District 2 is $15.50. And District 4 is $14.95.
Let's live in that.
2 and 4. Next one is from Jason Robinson. This is for District 5 only. $15. This ought to be a fun night.
Better be getting a quarter out.
Jason Robinson. Next one is from Stephen Moore. 4 and 5 only. Well, if it's not, I will buy the score.
You sure you want to go home?
Four and five. At rate of $19.25. This one is from Michael Jude. In there. This is for all 5 districts. $15 a month. Yep. This is from Garbage Getters. Greg Spalding. This is for districts 1 and 2 only. $14.50.
For 1 and 2.
CT spray foam. You got that bill in your district, Darrell? Really? District 3 only, $22.
Who is CT spray foam?
Curtis Reed. Curtis Reed. This one is from B&B Contracting. This is all 5 districts. $16.75.
Who's B&B contractors now?
I think that is
Lafferty, I think.
Lafferty?
I think.
Yeah, that's what it is, Brandon Lafferty, or Linda Duxborough.
That's your name?
Yes.
This is from H&D Sanitation, Nicholas Mills. keep them up. This is for District 1. $14.90.
Now who's that?
Nicholas Mills. This is from Gene Bradley Moore, Districts 1 and 2. Well, that only checks in out to me. Put 2 checks in here.
Yeah,
District.
one of these days.
Yeah.
We'll watch you when he leaves.
You like what, yeah.
District 1 bid is $14. Well, I ain't got 2. Ain't got 2 yet. $14. That concludes the bid opening. Guys, let's see where we stand. Okay, you start with District 1. You got a bid of $18. $14 for household of 2 and their senior citizens over 62. You got Kenny Howe at $15. You got Michael Duke at $15. You got Garbage Getters at $14.50. You got B&B Contracting at $16.75. H&D Sanitation at $14.90, and Gene B. Moore at $14.
Make a motion with Gene Moore.
That's the lowest bid. Got a motion, Gene Moore, to take care of District number 1.
I have a question. Is this garbage, ever who bids on this, is it going to be hauled in closed vehicles? Did you all vote for
I
that?
don't know if that was in the ordinance, but
I think it's in the
It has to be
ordinance.
covered. It has to be covered with it.
If they take it on the highway, you know, they're subject to the laws in this village you're in.
I thought it was an enclosed truck.
Comply with all state, federal laws. They have to, that was in their bid.
District number 2, Indy.
You get a second?
Oh, I'm sorry. Got a motion? Got a second?
My son bid, no, on the H&D, on that.
I've advised Darryl not to bid on him, because his son bid it on low. I advised him to abstain on high. That way nobody can say there's no.
No, he wasn't low.
I don't care. He said not to vote.
Got a motion, do I have a second?
You have a second?
Well, that's the lowest bid.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
District number 2. You got Garbage Getters at $14.50.
Wait a minute, you start to stop.
Well, let me start at the top. Endicott Sanitation at $18 and $14 for the senior citizens, 2 only in the household. Joe Robinson at $15.50. Garbage Getters at $14.50. Gene B. Moore at $14.
You got Kenny Howe, $15, and
Oh,
Joe
yeah, I'm
Robinson,
sorry.
$15.50.
Yes.
He ain't gotta go to Gene Moore.
And B&B Contracting at $16.75.
John made a motion, go for low bid.
Got a motion to go for low bid. Got a second? Who's second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any more District 2?
Who got that now?
Gene Moore. He's standing back there, somewhere.
There was something, you're saying 18 and 14 for senior citizens. In that bid packet, it didn't call for a second rate for senior citizens.
No.
No,
He
so I
just
didn't
throw that
include
in,
that.
but that wasn't included.
Right. District number 3, we have 18, 14 senior citizens, we have 15 for Kenny Howe, we have 15 for Michael Jude, $22 for CT spray foam, and B&B contracting at $16.75.
So you got 1, 2, 15.
No.
3.
Who's going to be 15?
You got 2. You have Michael Jr. 15.
You got the Endicott too at 14 for senior citizens.
18.
At 3.
to 14. I don't know what that was.
That's 18, so.
18 for everybody except senior citizens.
So we got 2 low bids at $15.
Yeah.
That's Michael and Jude and Kent Howe.
Yeah.
They both bid all districts, so are they interested in breaking it apart?
What do you mean?
They bid on every district, you know, if we choose them for one district, are they okay with that?
Yeah, so,
That's it, wouldn't you?
No, I'll do all.
or none?
I'll do all 5 districts for $14.75 and take them all, or do none.
No, I can't do that. I make a motion, Michael Jude.
Can I address you all for a minute? I do this for a living. I haul all the way to Big Run, and I've considered Kenny's price of what he wants to take to haul it at these low numbers that you're accepting, and I've run the numbers every way I could run them to get my bid as low as I can get it. At these numbers, these guys you're giving them to, they're going bankrupt. Because I'm doing it at 16, and I have to drive the truck myself to make money. If I have to hire somebody to drive my truck, I go bankrupt. You're going to end up with a garbage
They'll
problem.
just have to learn it.
You're going to end up with a garbage
I
problem.
make a motion for Michael Jude to get that.
They'll just have to learn
We have to
it.
ask him first. Michael. You bid on all
You
5?
take that one district?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take
Okay.
it. It don't matter.
You got a motion to take.
Got a motion to take Michael Jude.
Got a motion to have a second. All in favor?
Everybody vote for
Okay, district number 4, we have Bill Van Over at $15. We have Kenny Howe, $15. We have Joe Robinson at $14.95. We have Stephen Moore at $19.25. And we have Michael Duke, $15.
Joe, I'll make a motion.
The B&B contract at $16.75.
I'm gonna make a motion for Joe Robinson at $14.95.
no bid.
That's Nickel Hire.
Speak up.
Joe
Motion
Robinson.
in a second. Need a vote on the low bid. John made a motion.
For Joe Robinson.
We got a motion to have a second.
Victor second.
Victor second, all in favor?
Yes.
Okay, district number 5, we got Bill, 14, Endicott Sanitation, 18. Huh?
Bill's 15.
What did I say?
14.
Oh, I'm trying to help you out there, Bill. 15 for Bill, Endicott, 18, 14, 15 Kenny Howe. Joe Robinson didn't bid. 15 Robinson, 15 Jason Robinson, 19.25 for Steve, and 16.75 and $15.
You got Michael Jude bid 15. You got one.
I make a motion, we give that to Bill Van Over. Same price, $15. $2.15, then make
You
a
got
motion.
3.
3.15.
4.15.
You got the same price by different people, how are you making the motion to give it to just one?
No. Jason. Well, I still make a motion to Bill Vano, because he's been doing it for 25. How long you been doing it, Bill?
21 years.
21 years?
Don't make no difference, you still got three.
You got a man sitting here unemployed, don't you?
Well, they're both bid, well, I can make a motion, we rebid it then, because they'll do low bids.
Or you can agree to let them pick a number.
Well, unless young lady, oh, you can come up and pick a number. You want to pick a coin for it?
I'll draw a number.
Ain't got no four-sided coins.
They got one.
I don't care if he does cross Social Security, he's got a right to bid just like everybody else. He's got a right to bid, you know.
You ain't got a right to bid, but you all got a right to, when you've got people that's got the same price, you just can't say.
That's what we said, we were trying to get them to get together, see if they want to draw a number for it.
I thought out here you say make a motion to give
I make a
somebody.
motion, we table it, man, when we bid District number 5.
How many bidders do we
You got 4 bid $15. You can either rebid it or they can get together and draw a number.
Kenny don't want to be involved.
I want all or none. These guys, they can't truck it, so they handle it one district at a time.
So Kenny's out, right?
I'm out.
Kenny's out, so that leaves
Three
Bill,
more, they can draw a number.
Joe,
And Michael.
and who? And Mike with you.
If you think of spare things, draw a number, and who gets it.
Michael, you got one, are you willing to drop out and let these two battle it out? Okay, Michael's out, so it's between Joe and Bill. You want to pick a coin? And then Jason. What do you think? George?
Michael says out. This is for the record, that Michael, did you say you'd be out with them two?
Well, I mean, have they already got one apiece or what?
No, I ain't got that.
He, for the record, he agreed to be out also.
So you want to pick a coin, George? Jason, you want to pick a coin?
Yes.
Okay, come up here and let.
All right, everybody, I got it ready. Somebody call.
Sheriff, come on up here. Let me see that quarter for you flipping. I know John Kirk's starting to look at it.
Make sure it ain't one of the four-sided quarters.
Go up there, Bill. Yeah, let them see the coin.
You gonna make sure it ain't a four-sided quarter?
Jason, you want to call it?
Who wants to call it? As it is.
As it is.
Bill Manlow.
You make a motion to that effect?
Got a motion there, so take your phone back.
A motion second, all in favor? All in favor?
We have contract with the county. Authority for county to sign.
Yeah.
Everybody else's check can be returned to them. Yes, them their check.
Okay, guys, we're going to back up and we're going to do a second reading.
What are you gonna do, fellas, if somebody goes under? Rebid? Is that what you're gonna do?
Rebid it.
Rebid it.
Give it to you.
Oh, no.
You got two of them.
How long do they gonna stay in place, Tina? If they can't make it go at just $15, they come back and I can't do it.
Contract says 4 years. If they don't make it,
Then we rebid.
they'd have to.
But they can't come to you all and say, we need to make money.
They can come all they want to, but the contract says 4 years, ain't right.
They can.
Yes, sir.
They bonded on that?
Huh?
Are they bonded on that?
They bonded.
Yeah.
county contract has to be bought.
They're not bond.
Is it easy to do?
They've got insurance.
I mean, the guarantee, if they do coverage, they do.
If they don't do coverage, we cut in the contract, they can be sued like anybody else. They're not compliant.
Read.
An ordinance relating to the annual budget and amendment thereof, whereas the County of Martin has realized unbudgeted receipts from sale of surplus real property, the healthcare building, be it ordained in the Fiscal Court of Martin County, Commonwealth of Kentucky, the budget for fiscal year 2016 is amended to increase the receipts of the general funds by $980,000 to include unbudgeted receipts from surplus land sales $980,000. The amounts adjusting the receipt and expenditure accounts in Section 1 are for governmental purposes.
Motion? Second? All in favor? Resolution for body armor. This is a grant for the Sheriff's Office for bulletproof vest.
A resolution of the Martin County Fiscal Court, Kentucky, authorizing the county judge executive to make application for and upon approval to enter into an agreement with the Kentucky Office of Homeland Security, KOHS, to execute any documents which are deemed necessary by KOHS to facilitate and administer the project and to act as the authorized correspondent for this project. Whereas the Martin County Fiscal Court of Martin County, Kentucky desires to make an application for law enforcement protection program funds for a project to be administered by Kentucky Office of Homeland Security. Whereas it is recognized that an application for and approval of Kentucky Office of Homeland Security funds impose certain obligations and responsibilities upon the fiscal court. Now therefore be it resolved this 25th day of February 2016 by the fiscal court, Kentucky, the county judge executive is hereby authorized to execute and furnish all required documentation, including a memorandum of agreement as may be required by KOHS for the furtherance of the above referenced project and to act as the authorized correspondent for said project.
Make a motion.
Motion second. All in favor?
John, get you some chaps for them horses.
I'm gonna need them.
Hey, Vicky, can we reach me those bids?
Is that top here?
Yeah, the box too.
The box too?
We're going to now open bids for a grant that we got for turnout gear for the fire department.
Let me state something on the record to the gentleman asked was their performance bond. The court didn't ask for one, they thought it'd be cheaper for people to bid, and that's why the fiscal court didn't ask for a performance contract. Yes, it was in there.
Okay. This is from All American Fire Equipment. Invitation to bid, blah, blah, blah. Advertisement. $15 sets of turnout gear. $29,550. Lee, was that the only thing on this bid, just the turnout gear?
Yeah, all three of them should be done at turn.
15 cents.
That's 5 sets for Warfield, 5 sets for INS, 5 sets for Turkey. Now, why are these 5? They just got copies?
I think you make copies for each master.
You all want a copy of it?
That's only bid.
Yeah, no, there's one more. But I have copies if you all want them. This one.
It's Finley Fire.
Finley Fire?
Yes.
Where they out of?
Ohio.
Where that other outfit from?
Huntington, Barbersville.
$24,784.50.
How much?
$24,784.50. Now, these bids are the same stuff, right?
Well, I mean, they're different companies, I mean.
But the same
Same
stuff.
stuff,
Same gear.
Yeah, we probably have to look at the moisture barriers and all that stuff.
Same quality equipment.
Yeah, it should be.
How much you
what?
How much you know? It's what you do.
You have to read the specs on it, see what the specs are.
Same specs on all.
Make sure they got the same specs.
You can see it.
It's not what they can finger off. Huh? Yeah, actually,
Are these all good heat sets?
They have the specs set out in big.
In a bid package, yeah, the specs are inside the bid package.
again, there's copies here for you if you all would like them. How you doing, sir? This one is from 911 Fleet and Fire Equipment.
All right.
$29,505. $29,505. So you got, the only question I would have, guys, for the low bid is whole bunch different. These two bids here are very little apart, and then there's $5,000 difference on that.
We need to make sure that it's 5 complete seats on the wall.
If you want to search through that, Lee, we'll move on.
All right, go ahead and I'll look through.
We'll go in executive session and come out, and you will give us what you think. The other two's up here. Motion to go in executive session.
No, that's 34,000, Judge. Not 24. 34,000.
Yeah, that's Hello, Donald. Yo.
Do I get to pick which one?
Motion to come out of executive session. Motion. Second. All in favor? I just need to advise the public that I advised them of a potential lawsuit, that it wasn't our truck, and Keiko and Ned had got us removed from that. Motion, he's calling right now to see. I got a temporary easement here, guys, that we're gonna fix a place over on Tommy Hopkins, fixing it up. People's already signed it. I need a motion for you all. Got a second? All in favor? As y'all know, I told you last court meeting that we was going to set up a 911 program funding to put the 911 fee in, so we can only use that fee for 911. I'll need a motion when I get through. It's the Martin County Fiscal Court passed an ordinance for emergency 911 program funding. It's intended to support segregated county with emergency dispatch 911. Motion to set up a separate fund, fund number 77, emergency dispatch 911, and a motion to open a bank account, finance deposit bank for fund 77 in the name of Martin County Fiscal Court, emergency dispatch 911. Motion. Second.
We need to contact telephone companies too, to take that dollar off,
Yeah,
because
right.
this is putting it in place.
All in favor? Motion to do the appropriation transfer list and the cash transfer list.
Motion.
Second. Motion to pay. All in favor?
Yes.
Motion to pay the bills. Second. All in favor. Now wait just a minute. Lee?
Lee.
Yeah. What?
What do you say?
I'm talking. So what's your official price on this bid?
what, 34,000.
That's gonna be on the right-hand corner, that's gonna be on the bid sheet.
That's the bid sheet, because for the
Because your bid price sheet is not cheap, that.
So he bid 34 instead of 24.
Well, we don't know
The
yet.
bid sheet says 24.
But,
The quote in the packet says 34.
So that,
but, it's still, if it's 24, it's $5,000, and all this stuff's the same stuff.
it's $5,000 cheaper.
Yeah.
If it's 24.
Right. 34 is $5,000 more.
There's 34, it's $5,000. Yeah, but right now it's $5,000 cheaper.
Well, we don't. We don't.
Is that all it's left?
I ain't get it. My thing out here in the trash.
He's hurt. I'm sitting there looking at me.
If it was up to me, I wouldn't have
I
called
get
you.
to break every time I go in the structure
You'd
back.
have
Let's
made
go.
him go for the 24,000,
Yeah, John would have. Yeah, so this guy was like, no, I can't do that for that.
Oh, he can't?
He may not be able to, that's what he's told us to make sure, because they should have been exactly the same. They're not.
These other two are $45. Different than, these other two, they're $45.
That's something.
How much?
$45. And this guy's
One
$5,000.
$9,000 bid is $45 difference.
Don't think the cousin.
Sound like a cousin at 24,000, he'll come up and ask.
Age and age.
Well, you didn't award it to him for 24,000.
Yeah.
$2,000.
Over 50 is far. Anything else come before court, guys, so we can, as soon as he gets an answer?
You contact the telephone company.
I will. What would we need to do? Just put a copy of the ordinance, send it to us? Well, there's more than telephone company.
I understand, but we need to show every one of them so they don't pay in, because that 911 fee takes the place of that $1.
See it?
It wasn't fair, because the people that owns a landline, our age, my age, wasn't paying for it.
I've had 4 or 5 minutes. That's me back.
Well, it's like, we get tax in now, we can do it.
Ken,
We should, yes.
I don't think we can let this guy, he either has to tell us the 34 or the 24. We can't let him.
Tip your hand if you do. You know, you got 2 other bids there. You tell him what the bids are.
All we would have to do is reject his bid, take the next one.
I make that motion.
Oh,
Just wait.
Take it.
John wanted to go home.
Got a crank, so I understand that.
Oh, I'm getting hungry. I love this job.
Right.
We'll go get you a bag of peanuts or something.
I didn't peanut, I'm getting me some bologna when I go home.
I had to buy bologna for my dog today.
Let me tell you, they said your dog ain't got no teeth. He fed us any donuts that its teeth fell out.
Sonny he tried to get in a donut while ago and John made me quit.
No, I hear, I'm serious, I hear that. They started that story, yeah. Said they got in them donuts in the back room.
Them still when you go there? No, it's turned
I
out.
got you some good, buddy. Ask these daddy here. I'll give him $20 for more donuts. He found them down there at the garbage dump, got them out. Jerry Todd.
Reject his bid at 24, or he's gonna bid. So.
Let us know.
That.
Time to go to the point.
And on the 24,784 on your bid page, difference on the quote, you'll probably reject the 24,784.
I hope she's not the only one with that.
He won't be.
Listen, I don't know, but you don't know that they're, had to get a woman a laptop today, 6 years old, going on 16.
Do what now?
That's all I need to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you get it?
Yes.
That's what she's looking at you.
24,784.50, 15 cents.
So she teaches me how to use it, so I can. I never thought I'd ever have children, grandchildren, girls.
Okay, that's what we'll do then.
They clear with me.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you say, Lee Dawson?
He said,
It's all about progress.
he said this one here was the right one on page 8 on the bid thing. He said just made a mistake on that other.
What does it say?
24,784.
24,780.
Make a motion, to accept the low bid,
Make the motion.
24,784.50. Second, all in favor?
Yes.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
That's
Second,
fine.
all in favor?
You go to the thanks for what I'm